you're confused, and you're confused, look, I'm going to sort all that out today. Lots of people, they've downloaded the levelup 737 and they've gotten themselves into all sorts of things and mistakes and things not working, buttons not working, it doesn't fly right, it's unstable. All of that is down to one simple thing, and you're going to learn how to fix that because I'm going to show you. We'll see you in a moment. Here we are then, the levelup 737NG 6, 7, 8 and 900 variants from Threshold. Beautiful aircraft. Absolutely fantastic, and it brings something new to the Xplane environment and world. But a lot of people have been getting really confused about this. I've seen posts on Facebook pages all over the place where people have gotten so confused, and they're saying things like, oh, it's not working, it's not stable on approach, there are buttons not working, there's things missing, blah 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 blah. The reason being is because people have gotten confused about what to do, and I'm going to tell you what to do now. I'm going to share this with you. So first of all, you need to download the aircraft, and you download it from Threshold. I'll put a link in the description below, don't worry about that, I will. And you'll go to Threshold here, and then you go to the main menu page where it says aircraft, you see it there, and you get to the aircraft page and you download the Threshold levelup 737NG. Now, just to be clear, this is a separate aircraft. It's completely separate and different from the Zebo Mod 737. Not only that, you get 4 variants, 6, 7, 8 and 900, okay? You've got to be very clear that this aircraft is on its own. It's a separate aircraft. It's completely different. Let me show you. Right now, this is the Zebo page, okay? This is where you get the Zebo mod from. You can get the full package there, or you can download the patches if you've already got the package. They are 2 separate developed aircraft based on the Laminar Research default 737 in Xplane11. So they're both based on that aircraft, but they're completely different. And so, by that token, they have to be treated differently. And so the levelup 737 has to go into your Xplane Aircraft Airliners folder. Okay, here's mine. Just show you the Airliners folder. And mine is down the bottom here somewhere. There it is, 737NG. Okay, that's the name of the folder, 737NG, and it goes in there in its own folder. You do not put it into the Zebo folder, you don't put it into the default Xplane 737-800 folder, you don't put it into Laminar Research, it goes here. It's his own separate aircraft, and it goes into this folder. That alone will stop all of the major issues that I've reported and I've seen reported. Just a little bit further up, you can see the 737-800X, and that is the Zebo mod, okay? 2 different aircraft in that folder, and that is where you've got it. And make sure you put it in there, because if you don't put it in there, that is when you're going to create problems for yourself, okay? 2 distinct and different aircraft, and I can't say that enough. Now, there have been lots of confusion. As I said right at the beginning, people have been putting it all over the place. I've even read on one forum where somebody, well, more than one person, tried to install it into Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Now, so, you know, they'd obviously seen it had been released, they saw the release video or the promotional video, and they tried to put it into Flight Simulator 2020. Now, how crazy is that? That is just not going to work. So as you can see, as I look through the cockpit here, it is an excellent aircraft. Some people think that the cockpit colour is slightly off, that it's a bit too dark. I don't think so. I think it looks fine. It's, you know, different. Different companies will have different colours, so to speak, within the Boeing range, obviously. One thing that is different is the EFB, which you can just see on the left of the picture there. The EFB that's in this is not the EFB that Threshold want to put in it. And the reason being was that they wanted to release this, they wanted to get it out into the marketplace, and so they were struggling a little bit building their own EFB, so they've used the Zebo one with a couple of different changes. You look at some of the icons and they're slightly different. One other thing that you need to know is that you must tick experimental flight model. You must tick experimental flight model, okay? If you don't do that, things will go wrong. Mine's not ticked at the moment because for the last few days I've been flying the Airbus, okay? But you must tick experimental flight model. And if you go back to another aircraft, remember to untick it as well, okay? And also you must use Vulkan as well, okay? For those of you who are wondering about the rain effects, the Librain rain effects do not work in Vulkan. So they only work in OpenGL. So if you can run this aircraft on your machine in OpenGL, yeah, with experimental flight model ticked, then fine, and then you'll see those rain effects as well. Obviously in Vulkan you're going to increase your frame rates, but there you have it. So I think that's about it. There's one other thing that I need to say, just to be very clear about this, is liveries. Make sure that when you download liveries, you're downloading the correct livery for your correct variant of aircraft. So if you're flying the 900 and you want a Airbus livery, then you sorry, not an Airbus livery, you want a TUI livery, then you must get the TUI livery for the 900, not for the 800, because if you do that, think parts of it will be missing, like the tail will be missing. Not the tail will be physically missing, but the artwork for the tail will be missing, or the artwork for the winglets will be missing. So you must download the correct livery. At this point, I'd just like to give a big shout out to Nico de Bruin. Nico de Bruin has been running a Zibo Facebook group for quite some time and has been incredibly helpful on there to the community. But he was having problems after release because so many people were writing in their letters of confusion into the Zibo Facebook group that it was actually bogging that Facebook group down. So he's created another Facebook group specifically for the Threshold Level Up 737, and Threshold have given official kind of notification that that is the official Facebook page for support. So there's a Facebook page for the Level Up 737. I'll put that link in the description below, as well as the links for both the Zibo mod and the Threshold aircraft as well. Also, big shout out to Pilot Q8, who's been doing a lot of flights in the aircraft, and whilst they're not tutorial flights, they are flights highlighting the excellent aircraft, the Level Up 737. There are a number of tutorials around on the internet, on YouTube. Some of them, well, a lot of them not very good because they're not proper tutorials in my view. They're just videos with nobody talking, nobody telling you what's going on. You just see a mouse flitting about the screen, and that is not at all useful. If you'd like me to do a tutorial on this, you know, I will. And maybe just going through it, setting it up through the EFB. There are some things that are not working in the EFB. They will be when Threshold put in their own specific EFB. I've got a couple of products due for review, so I'm working on those. In the meantime, take care and cheerio. Okay, if you've made it to the end of the video, congratulations, well done. But please, before you go, subscribe, like, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment, because the YouTube algorithm loves all of that stuff. Helps me, helps my channel, helps me provide free content to you. We'll see you soon. Cheerio.